What's up, everyone? I recently went to see Bumblebee, the latest Transformers movie, and as we all know, the Transformers movies aren't exactly the most praised of movies. So, going into this movie, I was kind of cautious, and I was just wondering, would it be any good? I had a bit of hope because the trailers made it seem like they were focusing on this relationship between this young woman and Bumblebee, and there may be a bit of heart to it, some passion to the movie, a bit of heart, something to get you into the movie. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I went to see Bumblebee, and in the near 2 hours that I watched, I probably enjoyed around 10 minutes of it. Like, the movie's okay, it's okay. It's not like offensive over how bad it is, but it's just a run-the-mill generic movie. No, there's probably 3 scenes I say were ranged from okay to pretty good. One of the scenes I want to discuss towards the end, because it has to do with a topic I want to discuss regarding this movie and the Transformers films in general. But, without any further ado, let's begin. I'm going to first start this off by saying, Michael Bay, I think it's time for Michael Bay just to stop. Like, here's the thing, well, the Transformers movies, as bad as they are, I always enjoyed them. They were dumb, spectacle, fun movies, but we're getting to a point where it's done, where there's only so much you can do the same thing over and over again until it's done. No one has interest anymore. No, but with Bumblebee, I did think they were trying to do something different, but it's just a trick ready to get cinema, and you realise soon as it begins, it's the same old bullshit it's been time after time. Now, Charlie, the young woman, the main actress in this movie, one of the first scenes you see with her is her giving out to her mum, who's a nurse, complaining that she doesn't have $500 to buy a car. Now, it just may be me, but that sounds a bit bratty to me, and it's not a great way to introduce your character to make her likeable, I mean, $500, or to me, €500, it's a lot of money. It isn't exactly something you go around saying, it's only $500, mum, that's all I need. Surely you have that. No, but like, that's such a small scene, but it was one of the first scenes I saw, and I was just like, oh boy. I don't know if I want to like this character. She does eventually grow on you a little, not much. There isn't much to her character, but she does get better, so at least there's that. Then there's everyone else. Besides Bumblebee, everyone else is just boring, except for one exception. But I think I'm a bit biased on it, and that is John Cena. He plays an army commander in this movie, who basically, I came into him around 2 or 3 minutes late, but from what I'm gathered, Bumblebee was fighting a Decepticon on Earth, and basically John Cena was in the wreckage. They were fighting a military base or something, and basically he's had it out for the Transformers ever since, particularly Bumblebee. And I thought he was going to play this like serious badass commander, and he does to a point, but he says a lot of goofy dialogue. No, the bias is that I actually kind of enjoyed his way of communicating the goofy dialogue, but I think that's because I watched WWE a lot through my life, and I just see him as John Cena. I don't see him as this character in the movie. I just see him as John Cena, and John Cena as a character in WWE was very goofy, so my bias might be maybe kind of blind to how bad it actually is, and I recognise it is pretty bad, but it's just something I enjoy over who he is. But everyone else just sucks, and can I just say, there's going to be slight spoilers in this, but honestly, with the quality of how bad this movie is, it's the same old generic run-of-the-mill story. It's nothing you haven't seen before, and it isn't presented well at all. And one of the things that's really bad with this movie, and it's poorly presented, is the love interest. Basically, there's this guy in the movie who likes the main character, and basically he's that, generic nerd type they always seem to portray in these movies, where you got this guy, he's not the biggest, he doesn't have the most muscles, I mean, he's just there, and basically, and you can do a nerd or geek in a film well and still make him likeable, but they do their best to make him look like a complete idiot. For example, he's reading a book or a newspaper when he comes out of his house, and he sees her, and he just goes, whoop, just throws the paper away. I was like, is this supposed to be funny? I don't know if it's just me, but I expect a bit more from humour, even in a movie like Bumblebee. But I hate the way he talks. You always hear this stupid way of talking with these nerdy characters. Like, the girl comes out and says, "Hi, what's your name?" And the character would be like, and basically just completely forgets how to talk, what his name is, who his entire life. And I'm like, no one really talks like that. No one is like that in real life. Why? And this type of character does keep repeating. I see the same stereotype of character in every film, and it frustrates me to no end. How they keep repeating the same tired jokes, that he can't talk properly, that he forgets his name. All this bullshit over and over again. And then there's Bumblebee himself, who, let's be fair, Bumblebee, he's animated well. He's always been a likeable character. Considering that through the entire movies, there's really been 4 characters with the 2 Decepticons and 2 Autobots that we all know. The rest, I'll say that towards the end, that's more for towards the end. But yeah, Bumblebee, he's animated well, the CGI looks great. Pretty much for all the Transformers, they look great, they always have. And he's a likeable character. There's some funny jokes here and there, but then there's some jokes again that frustrate me, because the comedy they use in this is like the most basic form of generic comedy, and it's cringy for me to watch, and it has to be painful for everyone else, because it's not even funny. It's just, you can tell they're not even trying. For example, right, the main character, the main woman, Charlie, she's teaching Bumblebee what to do. For some reason he's lost his memory, right? So he's teaching her what to do. No, sorry, she's teaching him what to do. Like, if someone sees him and she says hide, and he transforms into a VW Beetle. I believe that's the car, or I hope it is. Yeah, so he transforms into a car. Perfect. But then she says, if someone sees you, someone like has their eye on you, and she says, quick, hide. And I don't think, Bumblebee, he probably turned into a car again, or maybe he's after like driving away. She's hiding behind the rocks. She gets up, she looks over, and you see Bumblebee crouched down with his head only covered by a small rock and the rest of his body clearly visible. Now, I'm sorry I got a chuckle or two over kids, but is that really the level of comedy we're dealing with here? I mean, I saw that and I was just like, for fuck's sake. I know, like, I shouldn't expect much because Michael Bay doesn't try anymore, but surely there's some passion left for filmmaking. He has some passion left to make a good film. Evidently not. And then later on, dear God, towards the end, there's this extremely stupid scene. Basically, again, Charlie, she's on this big radio tower. I'm not going to say why or what, doesn't matter. It's not important. It's story reasons, and honestly, the story's bullshit, so it's not a big deal. Here's what it is. She's on top of this radio tower, right? She sees Bumblebee sinking into the bottom of this water, and her story is that basically when her dad was alive, he's dead now in the movie, she used to be a great diver. I think I forget the term, you know, for sports, the Olympics, like a diver from the tall, the diving board. I'm just going to say, there's a official term for it, I can't remember, but yeah, she's a diver. And basically, this all comes back to this scene. And what does she do? This mini small dam is after breaking, the water's pouring down, drag Bumblebee under. And she decides to fucking do a full dive off this tall radio tower into the water to save Bumblebee. As you know, Bumblebee, like, he wakes up wherever and he gets out. But I was thinking, like, really? What are you going to do? How are you? If this movie was actually not a pile of shit, right? If this was actually a well-made movie, how could you help him? You dive up and you go after this giant fucking robot. It's not like you can lift him. It's not like you can just like save him or drag him to the surface so he can breathe. He's a robot, and it's like, I know they make it to look cool. They make it look, yeah, you could do it. To make it look epic, it's like a heroic moment. But this 18-year-old small woman is diving off a tall radio tower into a fucking, I guess I'd say a river, to go after this giant alien robot. And you're like, what the fuck is she going to do? I mean, really? This makes no sense. I know I might be a bit cynical or just like, I just enjoy the movie. It's stupid, dumb fun. I don't like that term. Stupid, dumb fun. I detest that term. Sorry, like, I want movies to be better. I don't want to just settle for good or not even good, okay, mediocre. I don't want dumb fun. I like to have a fun movie that actually makes sense and you can tell there's passion put into it. Unfortunately, this is not the film. Not at all. And honestly, it's just annoying when you can't go see these film after film that have these big budgets they have all these people working on it, and they produced shit. It's a waste of the people who worked in it. It's the waste of the resources, the money. It's a waste of the people who go to see it, time and money. I mean, there could be much better. There's indie directors who direct these amazing movies on bare minimum, but the Hollywood and A-list directors can't produce shit, and it's actually annoying. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I know I should not be surprised. It's Bumblebee. It's a spin-off of Transformers, but still, I thought they would at least try something different, because it was just one Transformer with this girl, maybe. And they do have a good scene where the girl is talking about how she felt when her dad died, the Bumblebee. But that's the only good scene in the whole film. And I'm like, is this all you got? You had near 2 hours, and this is the bullshit you come up with? Oh, it annoys me to no end. It just pisses me off. This was going to originally be a 1-part video, but I rambled on a lot more than I expected, so I guess I have to make a second part. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I got a lot more to rant about.